What's up, everyone? Welcome to World's Finest. We are your hosts for the evening, as always, Lee and LT. LT, good day to you.
How you doing, sir?
I am good, man. I am good. Just been crazy busy. Things are moving around. We're into the crazy holiday season, which I
Holidays.
love so much. The
Oh man.
holiday. Dude, I love that run of Halloween through Christmas. Or really October 1st, because really when it begins, but that the Halloween through Christmas is just a lot of fun. It's just a fun feeling,
Oh
fun
yeah.
feeling in the air like that.
Yeah. As of this recording, I believe tomorrow will be 3 weeks till Thanksgiving. Am I correct?
I believe you are correct, my friend. Three
That's
weeks till
crazy. And then
Thanksgiving.
and then Christmas right after, and boom, year's over. Ugh.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. The year's over and we begin 2022. The year will be anew. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But before we're rushing ahead of ourselves, my friend. Before we get there, we've got a lot of awesome things that we still have to get through. Movie related, comic genre related, of course. But it's been a few weeks since we were last able to converse. And since then, there's been a few things that have happened in this world. We had DC Fandom,
Right.
and within DC Fandom, we had some awesome teasers and trailers that dropped. But before we get into that, man, I'd like to hear your initial thoughts on what you thought about DC Fandom. What did you think about it as a whole?
As a whole, it was a lot smaller and shorter than last year. Last year, we got a lot of stuff. We got that first teaser of the Batman, which drove everyone insane. They put all the naysayers to the doubters about Robert Pattinson being Batman. They just that quieted it down. And this year we got a second trailer for that, a full trailer, and uh, that was probably the only thing I was looking forward to this fandom as compared to last fandom last year. I mean, we did get some good stuff like the Flash teaser trailer. We got some behind the scenes on Aquaman and Shazam, part two. What do you call it? But it almost felt anticlimactic, compared to last year's. Last year's was a lot, I guess, because it was the first one. I don't know. But it it was what it was. I'm glad that it was all geared towards the premiere of the new Batman trailer. So yeah.
Mhm.
And you, how would you? I mean, were you excited for any of those trailers?
I was excited for all the trailers, and I was excited for DC Fandom. Much like yourself, I was also, I thought it was a little lackluster. I'll just put it out there right in the very beginning. It wasn't a lot that did pop out of there. Did I love seeing all the behind the scenes featurettes or the little quick? I can't even really call them teasers. They showed little brief pieces. I guess the Flash could be considered one, a small teaser, which does look great. It teases, it definitely teased. It teased Michael Keaton,
Oh,
lots of the
oh,
Batmobile, his Batmobile under there, and all of that stuff. But as and so that was good. The Aquaman stuff, as you said, and all that. You didn't mention Black Adam. I thought that was kind of cool. We saw a little bit more of that than as opposed to a teaser. I think we
it was
saw
just a
more of a
clip, yeah, at the end.
small clip of a trailer or a clip of a movie or whatever. You know what I mean? Which was still awesome. But as a whole, to answer your question and to answer my original question, I thought it was pretty lackluster, as I said. To use the same term, a bit of a letdown. Now if we dive into the things that came out of that, like I mentioned, yes, it was kind of cool to see the Flash. Obviously, the Batman trailer was incredible, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I think what was missing is big announcements, that of like future films, or would have made a huge splash. It's like, hey, we're doing something with Henry Cavill finally as Superman
Oh,
and moving
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Something like that, some type of an announcement of a newer film or this, that, or whatever. You know what I mean? As opposed to stuff. I don't think they announced nothing broke. You know what I mean? Nothing broke in DC
No,
fandom.
no,
You know what I mean? It was more like the things that we knew. you know. So that's my initial thought.
no. Yeah.
Now,
Now that you're saying that, I'm just thinking, yeah, there was like a bunch of announcements we've heard before as far as HBO shows of DC,
yeah,
and they didn't really do anything, they say anything.
yeah,
So yeah, I
yeah.
agree. They should have give us some big drops rather than than the stuff that we already knew. So yeah.
Exactly. Like I think they announced Batgirl a few weeks before that. So maybe even something like that. Just save it for something like that. That would have been a big thing that came out of it.
They
I
did
don't know.
show
Just
some concept art of that one picture of her, but that
they
was
did. They
yeah.
did. They
Oh,
did. Or
and
even if they had said confirmed J.K. Simmons was going to be Commissioner Gordon, or gave us an
yeah,
idea
yeah.
of where
Some
this Batgirl is going to fit. Is she obviously she must be. Maybe this whole Flash movie is going to. I know I'm all over the place right now.
no.
Sorry, I'm on a
It's
tangent.
gonna
But maybe, yeah, maybe this whole Flash movie will in turn open up the idea of what or answer all of these questions for us to say where these things actually fit into place. Maybe
multiverse. Yeah.
yeah, the multiverse where when everything lies there, because right now it's so confusing. Batgirl, for instance, is where does she fit? If Zack Snyder's Justice League isn't moving forward any further, then J.K. Simmons being Commissioner Gordon, that totally ties that into it, whatever, which I don't know. That's a whole other tangent we could go off on. But, just things like that, I guess, would, I don't know, anything. I'll pass it back
Yeah,
to
I
you because
mean,
I'm rambling.
they're doing Aquaman too, so we're still with the Snyderverse, unless
Yeah.
again, like you said, the Flash messes up everything as
Yeah.
multiverse wise, because I mean, in that trailer, we did see the Supergirl of that universe. We did see another Barry Allen. If that is Barry Allen, we don't know. We saw two Barry Allens.
Yeah.
And then we saw just, I mean, we knew it was Michael Keaton, his voiceover of the trailer, but
Yeah.
what is this movie going to bring to the table as far as how is it going to explain all the other movies from here on, especially
Yeah.
like, is everything connected to the Snyderverse or is it now new?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
So, we talked about that. I brought up the Batgirl thing. So, but any type of new announcement would have been made DC fandom great. Since we are talking about Batgirl, and I don't think we've talked about this in the previous episode, have we? Did we mention
No.
her before?
Mm-mm.
I mean, what do you think about that casting? Do you, as far as Batgirl goes?
I, I think she's pretty. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know anything about her other than she's very attractive, and I hope they do for a more gritty Batgirl than the comic iterations we've seen of her lately, where she's all like, poppy and stuff. I
Yeah.
want to see a meaner Barbara Gordon, but again, we don't know. They didn't say anything about it, so
They did say though. I did read that they had mentioned that there would be a Batman in this universe or a film, or you know what I mean, and which Batman is yet to be determined. We'll find out. uh so that'll be interesting to see. But we did also, I don't think we've talked about how they are carrying on, versus from the Batgirl thing. Of course, that leads me to the Birds of Prey takes me to Black Canary.
right.
They have announced that show for HBO, or movie. I'm sorry, not a show. I think it's a movie.
I almost say movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie, much like the Batgirl movie is, going to be on HBO Max. So, do you think? I mean, did you like? What did you think about Birds of Prey? Refresh my memory.
I did not like it at all,
Okay,
only because it was not like the source material. Harley Quinn
right.
should not have been there. Harley Quinn should have had her own movie. Birds of Prey should have had their own movie. The Cassandra Cain character just pissed me
It was
off.
terrible. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
agree.
no, I did like the Black Canary character, and I don't remember her name.
Journey Smollett.
Yeah, oh, she's so pretty too.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm just
Do you think?
hoping.
Do you like?
I'm sorry.
Do you think that's going to be? Then would you excited to see what they actually do? I think they'll portray her more closer to her comic
I
book
want to say
origins.
yes,
You know what
and
I
I'm
mean?
hoping they bring Green Arrow in. Here.
Yeah,
God bless. I'm dying for a Green Arrow movie or something.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm excited. I like the Huntress character because of Batman's what do you call it, the Batman family, Bat family.
Mhm.
But I like Black Canary a lot better, only because I'm a big Green Arrow fan. He's my third favorite superhero under Batman and Nightwing or Robin.
Right.
So no, I'm hoping they do that justice, and I'm looking forward to that one. But yes,
Yes.
if they're gonna tie that universe with Batgirl in it, I mean, right there, we already got Birds of Prey. We
Yeah.
would need a Huntress movie or something. I don't know. Maybe she comes out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Again, I think once the Flash movie will rectify a lot of this stuff for us. But let's jump back. I digress. We've kind of gone off on some crazy, great conversations, and I could continue on, but I want to keep the story a little bit streamlined. What about the Batman trailer? We haven't really dissected that, you know what I mean? And not dissected it, but just what are your thoughts, man?
Oh, it just made me more excited for. I mean, we are 5 months away from the movie. It comes out in
Yeah,
March.
yeah.
And again, like I said, the first trailer last year quashed a lot of people's, doubts about Pattinson bringing Batman to life. And then this trailer just backed it up. Oh my God, he just looks so mean, so pissed off. And then we get to see more Selena Kyle. We see her like almost taming him for a minute. I don't know. We get to see a little bit more Penguin or
Hmm.
Oswald couple. We don't know if he's Penguin
I
yet.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you. You know,
Oh my
and,
God. And then the Batmobile.
yep,
Jesus.
comes crashing through the
Uh
flames.
yeah, no, that trailer is, I mean, the colors, the noir look of it, everything. Oh,
Yeah,
so beautiful. I mean, they didn't need to show any more of the Riddler. In fact, I'm hoping we don't see his face at all. You know, as far we've only seen him in that mask glasses or whatever with duct tape or whatever he is, but here we didn't even see Paul Dano. We just saw a small side profile, real quick, but
yep.
I think that would add to the mystery. I'm just I was giddy after I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I saw that trailer at least a dozen more times to see to see
Yeah,
if I had missed anything.
yeah. No, it was good. I'm very excited about it as well. And I'll just echo everything you said. I mean, everything looks great about it, and I'm really excited to see what this guy does. This is going to kick off a trilogy.
Oh yeah.
You know, um, and I do wonder because honestly, I do like everybody at least being in the same world. I don't like things where it's just like one hero, you know what I mean? So I know this is kind of off base, but it is related to the Batman trailer. I do want there to be a universe of DC people, you know what I mean, in that same world that the Batman movie takes place.
Oh yeah.
I don't want it to be like the other Batman movies from the past, to where even the Christian Bale ones where he was the only hero out, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
hero out
no.
there. I need some
Exactly.
nods or allusions to that. That's all. And I know that sounds petty, but I do love that stuff. You know what I mean? I do love it. They don't need to be flying in and doing a Justice League out of this, but I just want it to be acknowledged.
Right. No,
You know what I
and
mean? They don't.
I would love for it to do that and be its own universe. I don't
Yes.
necessarily want Pattison mixing in with Aquaman or Flash or
Right.
you know.
I'm with you. I'm
So
saying the same thing. You know what I mean? But I do want that to not be a totally removed thing where Batman's the only
of
hero or
just,
something like
yeah,
that.
I would love
You
for
know?
Superman to exist in that universe.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, they don't need to do any team ups if that's what they want to do. And they want to tell, if the director wants to tell his story without having anything else, that's great. But just don't act like there's nothing else out there.
Yeah, like yeah. That's the one thing I hated about the Nolan verse. It
Yeah.
was almost too grounded. You know,
Yeah.
it was
Mhm.
it was it was basically a man in a costume. Yes, and that's all they meant. They didn't expand on anything else. So
Right.
you know, but no, yeah, I agree. I'm hoping this is a start of its own universe, and like I said, it's a trilogy, and we've
Yeah.
got a lot more to go. Oh, I can't wait, and hopefully we'll be able to pump these out every other year. not we. Why did I say we? They can bump these.
Tell me something. What I don't know about you? Are you secretly working behind the scenes, my friend? Give me some scoop. I'm gonna get the
Oops.
scoop of the year right now. I got the scoop of the year. We're about to blow up, brother. This show's about to blow up. We're gonna scoop the world right now.
Oh no. I wish, but no, yeah, we got. There's a lot. I mean, again, we're gonna have that set of movies, and then we don't know. Like we keep on saying, we don't know what Flash is going to do. Been talked
Right.
about Michael Keaton heading up, that multiverse type of as a mentor, kind of a Nick Fury type. Um, in a Nick Fury type fashion, like leader of the heroes or whatever. But then
Mhm.
again, we don't know anything. We remember Affleck is supposed to be in this movie, and we also
Yeah.
know, or
Yeah.
supposedly he's, gonna die. I mean, that's the rumor. He'll die in this one. So, what Batman are we going to have in that universe? Are we gonna
Well,
have?
that's what I'm saying. Who, if the Batgirl show has already said that there's going to be a Batman in this universe, which Batman is it? I do, and I don't want them to kill Ben Affleck's Batman off. And I don't know if they will
No,
do that
I
because I
I
think
love Ben Affleck Batman.
so do I. Now they need to rewrite things where they can show us some Nightwing and some Robin up in this universe as well. You know what I mean? I know I'm asking for a lot because I just want more and more all
Oh
the time. DC gives me stuff, but I just want
man,
more. Like, can't you be happy? Can't you be happy? You know what
uh,
I mean? We gave you Ben Affleck. No, I mean, I do want that. Maybe that history. If he was continuing on, maybe he hasn't been fighting for 20 years and he's all, maybe we can see a little Robin or Nightwing action. And I think obviously maybe we'd see Batgirl because if he needs to be around. I don't want what I don't want. Again, they can't make me happy. What I don't want to have happen is Michael Keaton being the new Batman in this universe because then we have some old Batman, you know what I mean, 70-year-old
yeah,
Batman,
yeah.
which is, and if you want to go on and spin him off into some Batman Beyond stories,
Old
by
Man
all
Wayne, yeah,
means,
that would be awesome.
do that. But I don't want him to be the new Batman in the
No,
Flash, Aquaman.
no. I
And I
love
feel like the rumors seem to be keeping pointing in that direction
yeah.
sometimes. And I think that's
I
just such a,
love Michael
I think
Keaton
that'd be terrible.
Batman. I love 1989 Batman is my Batman, right under Affleck. But no, he can't. He's already what, 70 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
granted all this CGI and that they can make him young. What are they called? The reverse aging, de-aging technology.
Yeah.
But no, he's too small. He's what, 5'10", I believe. He's the smallest Batman next to Lego Batman.
I was I was gonna say, my friend, that was the one thing. Yes, I did love the Batman movies with Michael Keaton as well, but I never bought. I liked him much better when he was in the Batman suit because then when he took it off, I was like, this dude is not Bruce Wayne. You know what
Oh
I
yeah.
mean? It's not Bruce Wayne to me. This little, it's just not. So that I mean, I love the Batman movies. I did, I really did, but saw multiple times in the theater and stuff. But it just wasn't. I just could never. I never bought him as a good Bruce Wayne
Yeah.
ever.
Well,
That's
yeah,
we could. So
we still got. I mean, when does that movie Flash come out? It's way after.
oh, I don't
Uh,
think it's 2023, is it?
oh, I don't know now. It might be
Um, maybe it's
fallish.
22. It might be. Yeah, I think you're actually right. It is fall of like November time frame of next of 2022.
Yeah, yeah, because I was
Yeah.
surprised. I think when they
November
said
4th, 2022.
okay, because Shazam 3 was 3. Shazam 2 is in 2023.
Yes. So we
Yeah,
actually do have a little gamut of DC films here in 2022.
yeah,
We've got, as you mentioned, the Batman in March,
yeah, March,
right? And then Black Adam
and then we have
comes in 2022 as well, which is July 29th. Now, what is there anything? And then Aquaman is at the end, but I feel like there's four. I feel like I'm missing a DC movie.
Batman,
Aquaman is
Flash, Aquaman, Black Adam, and Shazam. There's 5. movie.
Oh, did I mention four already? Batman, Black Adam,
Yeah, you
Flash,
mentioned
and Aquaman. Yeah, I did. All right, there's all four of them. Yeah, um, all four of them. Because Aquaman comes out in, was it December 2022?
something like that. I know that I think there's 3 movies.
December 16th, 2022. So
Alright.
really, we've got at the end next fall around this time frame, we're gonna have two DC movies. We're pretty much back to back, Flash and Aquaman, which is cool. So DC will be really releasing four DC
Well,
movies
yeah,
now
it's
for
about
next year.
damn time, DC.
I know, right? Maybe the pandemic helped them out, man. Get a little run of gamut of films coming out now.
Yeah, yeah.
And then from there, the Shazam, like you said, it's really, they're going to be starting to pump them out. Pump
Yeah,
them
yeah.
out.
I mean,
Awesome.
after Shazam, you've got, hopefully we've got, Black Adam coming into Shazam, or a Shazam Black Adam movie, something like that, part 3 of Shazam,
Yeah.
and then who knows, we can, if they ever get,
June 2nd,
yeah,
2020.
if they ever get uh Cavill to, be
Come
super,
back
I
into
mean,
play. Maybe they'll announce that next DC fandom, which
God,
is like crazy. That I think it's trending right now. Actually, people are saying on Twitter or something like that. It's a debate about Man of Steel being the best Superman movie, and I agree. I will stand behind that and say 100%. I agree on that.
it was a really, I love anytime it comes on, I watch it. It's just a good movie. Yeah.
Very, very good movie, dude. And he deserves to come back. He deserves to come back, and I hope he does come back. We shall see. We shall see, my friend. Well, dude, I'm trying to think. We talked about the upcoming HBO Max shows, Black Canary, Batgirl. Hopefully, they are connected. We've talked about the 4 releases coming up in 2022. Obviously, been strictly DC tonight. Obviously, we've talked about we have the Eternals this weekend, which
This
I'm
weekend.
very excited about. What do you think about it being the first Marvel movie that has a rotten
I don't know.
score?
See, I'm usually right up opening weekend type of thing. Unfortunately I'm not going to be able to see it this weekend. Because I'm going to a Comic-Con, so we'll talk about that in a little bit.
You still have your card.
Yeah, so um I don't know. I mean, I, I've never really liked Rotten Tomatoes as far as a guide to
Well, I
movies,
agree.
but you know I don't know anything about the Eternals, so I don't know how many people out there don't know anything about them either.
Right.
A lot of people I can tell did not know anything about Shang-Chi, but then once word of mouth that came out and was a bona fide hit. Maybe
Yeah.
this might be a sleeper. We don't know.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was like, so I'm gonna eventually see it. I'm not gonna be able to see it opening weekend. So maybe the following week, again, word of mouth, the internet people, actually, you know saying it was a good movie will get the numbers up, get, because
Yeah. I think this is going to be one of those cases where Rotten Tomatoes score. It's just, I'm obviously there's been a plenty of movies that have low Rotten Tomato scores that I have enjoyed immensely. So I don't really put a lot of stock into that either. You know what I mean?
all right.
But I feel like this is one of those. I do find it just very interesting, or just interesting piece of news. If this is the first Marvel movie to have a Rotten score, you know what I mean? And it's got such an acclaimed director and an eclectic cast behind it, an incredible cast also. Uh, you know, but this is I think this is going to be one of those cases to where the audience score is, where the critic score is low, but the audience score is extremely high. That's my hypothesis. I will say that about what I feel like this movie is going to do. And I don't know anything about the Eternals either. I think it's going to be a huge hit. I think this movie is going to be a huge hit, no matter what the Rotten Tomato score is. I mean, people are going to turn out in droves this weekend for it.
Well, like,
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. This will be the first flop of Marvel, but I'll be incredibly surprised if that happens.
yeah, I don't think it'll be a flop. I just, again, people just don't know. I mean, I'm hoping this somehow ties into the ending of Shang-Chi somehow,
Yeah.
the rings and those, where that celestial power comes from. You
Yeah.
know, I hope they tie it into. I mean, if you you kind of need to see these movies now that everything is so shared. You need to know what's going on. So I think purists like that are going to will come in droves to watch that
Yeah,
movie. You know,
I agree.
just to make. I mean, my daughter. I love talking about my daughter and these shows because she's such a geek. I love her. She's like, I don't know anything about Eternals, but I need to know. I need to know the story as it progresses.
Yeah.
She was like when she saw Venom, she was just, oh my god, and it ties into this, and now it's gonna tie into that, and so hopefully that's what Eternals does.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do think.
I'm not gonna miss it. I'm gonna watch. I can't see it this weekend because I'm going to a Comic-Con. I am going to hopefully meet Ray Fisher, Cyborg from
Oh,
the
sweet,
Justice
man.
League. Yes.
They're very cool.
Uh,
Yeah, very cool.
I've been trying
That
to meet him forever, and finally, what's funny is that the John Wesley Shipp, the Flash, Jay
yeah.
Garrick Flash, the original Flash from the '90s, is going to be there too. And if you recall, I
Oh,
met him like 2 months ago. So
yep. You guys old friends by this point.
right, I was like, hey, remember
Yeah.
me? But no, yeah, Ray Fisher this weekend. I'm going to hopefully get him to sign my cyborg figure, one of these up here. Uh, and hopefully he can get us a shot out or something. I don't know. See how much he charges.
Oh, well, dude, that'd be great, man. Very cool, buddy. Well, please tell him I said hello,
Will do.
and I'm a fan of his portrayal of Cyborg. But before we go close on the Eternals, I do think it's funny that Marvel is once again kind of one upping DC, and I'll explain to you how I mean this. Is
Mhm.
that they are introducing, well, maybe they didn't do such a great job reflecting based on the Rotten Tomatoes score, but they're introducing 10 heroes in this one film. You
Mm,
know what I mean? And uh, they're probably doing it in a very audience favorable way. Like I said, I do because I think the audience will still love this movie. But if they do pull it off, it's funny that they were able to introduce 10 obscure characters, like 10 characters, when Justice League and people, slam DC for trying to introduce so many characters in one film as opposed to piecing them out like Marvel did. And now what is Marvel doing? But they're doing kind of the
Fatal.
same
Yeah.
thing. But you know what I mean, in a different scale because these are obviously way more obscure characters and all of that stuff. But if they're able to do it and pull it off, make this a fun film while giving 10 characters not equal screen time, but making their if they don't have equal screen time, making the screen time they have count. You know what I mean? Make an impression. Then it's just something else that Marvel's kind of done in a way to kind of to
Right.
show what
Right.
DC
And
couldn't do.
showing, I mean, the obscurity of these figures, it not only in the movie, but right now the Marvel Legends have these figures. They have action figures of all 10 of these heroes, and they have just been warming the pegs of stores. No one's buying these. And
Oh, really?
I want to say it's because they don't know who these are. I can't even tell you one of their names at all. So if you, yeah,
Icarus. I know one. I don't
I
even know
don't
which
know
one he is.
any
I
of
think he's the
them.
one who
Yeah.
flies around
So
and dies.
if
Yeah.
you ever go to Walmart or Kmart and just check out the toy aisle Marvel Legends, they're all there. You're like, eh.
Did you say Kmart?
No, Walmart or Target. Did I
Okay.
say Kmart? Because
Yeah, you said Walmart or Kmart. I
am I
think I
showing
thought
my
you said that.
age?
This is like, are you telling me there's some Kmart's down there still? What? I was like, oh man, that's good stuff. I didn't know that. Well, dude, well, there you go. Well, guys, I think LT, I'm trying to think. I think we've covered it all, my friends. Next week, we will be talking about the end of Titans that recently ended. So we'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be talking about, well, maybe not. Maybe I'll at least, if I've seen it, we'll kind of give you a half, at least a thumbs up. We won't go deep into a spoilery if the other one has not.
I'm gonna try to see it Sunday. I can't guarantee it, but
Well, no
yeah, if not,
worries.
yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about it when we both see it. So
We'll see it for sure. For sure, we will. But I think that's it, then, my friend. I think we've covered it all tonight,
yeah,
man.
yeah. We got, oh, you know what? We didn't talk about it real quick. The Mobius trailer that dropped.
Oh my gosh, Oh, well, actually, there's two things we didn't talk about. The Mobius trailer, dude. You're absolutely right. Mobius trailer, I thought was awesome. Even though another obscure character who I only really know from the Spider-Man animated cartoon from back in the
Yes.
'90s. I know he had like a couple, two or three episodes from there. I don't recall a comic that I've seen him in. While I could do that with Shang-Chi, I do know that Shang-Chi was in some comics that I saw, some Marvel team ups and stuff like that.
Right.
Uh, more Mobius only knew from the cartoon, the animated cartoon. But anyway, that aside, I thought it was actually a pretty cool trailer, man.
It,
Again, this answers way more, or gives us way more questions. Be like, what kind of what
a
universe is this
lot
movie
more
taking place
questions.
in?
Yes,
You know?
exactly. You've
Yeah,
got
it's like,
the Vulture from the Tom Holland universe, and then he
yeah,
mentions Venom, which Venom's his own universe.
yeah.
And then we see Oscorp in the picture in the building, and that's the
Which
Raimi
is
universe.
Garfield,
Yeah, Garfield universe.
Andrew Garfield's universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's just like and maybe this will all make sense after the Spider-Man movie, that comes out here
Well,
in the
yeah. I
really
mean,
6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, really right around the corner, really, if
yeah,
you think
in
about it.
December.
7 weeks, maybe.
Because
Yeah.
that's one of those movies that's going to deal again with the multiverse,
Yep.
which we already saw something happen at the end of Venom. So,
Yeah.
are we getting all these? Are we getting all these movies to make our own Spider Verse within the multiverse? I don't know. I mean,
Yes.
I
And they reference Venom twice in that trailer because he says he identifies himself as Venom. He says, "No,
yeah,
I'm just joking. I'm Doctor So and So." And then, but they're also saying we haven't seen something like this San Francisco. So talking about that's where Venom took place. You know
that's
what
for
I
Venom.
mean?
Yeah,
So that's referencing those two things. So no, I mean, I thought again for another obscure character, Sony. I think they might have another hit in their hand. Sony/Marvel,
oh, they will.
and only because they're associated with Marvel right now. If this is just something maybe I'll be wrong, but you know what I mean. Now that they're associated with Marvel and all this stuff's going to tie into it, I think these are more going to be surefire hits for
Yeah, no,
Sony than they would have previously.
they're gonna end up sharing this like forever, and as long as they keep on tying them together, and yeah, we still got a lot more Spider-Man. We've got you know word of a Craven, I believe, movie coming
Yep,
out.
Craven coming out. Yeah.
uh
So that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to all be tied in, and they will be all tied in because I think that's really the only way these would have been carrying. Venom's different. You know what I mean? Venom was out there in the public eye a little bit more. Craven, I don't, Venom and 100 times more popular than Craven, even though you and I know who Craven is.
Craven, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said with Morbius, I I if that animated cartoon had been on and had him on there a couple episodes, I don't know if I would have known who he is. Would you know?
Oh yeah, I knew who he was, but I don't follow Marvel as much as DC, but
Right.
yeah, I knew who he was,
But based
and
on the comics or based on the
based on the
that?
comics. Yeah, based on
Okay.
the comics. Now, I know he's had run-ins with Blade, and they're
Yeah.
making a new Blade movie, so maybe they're gonna come together. I don't know. That'd be great.
I actually heard rumors the other day that Blade was going to go into, mention Blade. He's actually going to make his debut in Moon Knight,
Moon Knight, yes, yeah.
from what I heard, because apparently Ethan Hawke's character will turn out to be Dracula.
Dracula.
You know what I mean? That he's the main bad guy in Moon Knight. So
Yeah.
that's what I think. And then there's also been rumors that Werewolf by Night. You know that character?
No.
He's a Marvel character that he'll be making some type of cameo appearance
Wow.
in that as well. I think we're going to get a bunch of actually. You mentioned that DC thing. I think we're going to get a bunch of Moon Knight stuff. We're going to get maybe some She-Hulk clips.
Oh yeah, She-Hulk.
Now that
Yeah.
you mentioned all that, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out. From that.
Yeah,
So,
we'll know more. I guess what you said. I was on the 12th, November 12th is when they're
yep,
going to be dropping. Disney's going to be dropping some stuff.
yep, exactly. So all good stuff, man. And then real quick, I know we're about to end, but we couldn't end without mentioning Boba Fett trailer that dropped
Oh,
also.
yeah.
That's I'm so glad you brought up Morbius because I totally forgot about Boba Fett too. But it was great, awesome. I mean, this is going to tell a whole underworld story in Star Wars. You know what I mean? Take us into the deep underbelly of the mafia type
The
world
gangsters, yeah.
that we've seen
Chavez.
glimpses of. We got a real deep glimpse of it with the Solo film. You know what I mean? Really went to actually we got a more than a glimpse. We were in there.
Right.
You know what I mean in the seedy underbelly of it. But I think this will take us even deeper. But yeah, and see exactly what Boba Fett's story is. Because keep in mind, this is all taking place. What is this? 3 years after Return of the Jedi? 3 or 5 years after Return of the
At
Jedi? I
least, yeah,
forget.
because it's
Yeah,
still Lucas hasn't gone and secluded himself. It's just before he ever trains what do you call it, Ben Solo.
yeah,
And so yeah, this is way before.
yeah.
But no, it's exciting. I mean, I've always loved Boba Fett as a character, and I'm really happy to see that they're continuing his story and making him the badass that he's always been.
Yeah, I wonder though if he'll have some type of, if they'll ever mention because I mean Solo and Skywalker were extremely responsible for him falling into that Sarlacc pit and
Sarlacc,
losing
yeah.
the armor and stuff like that. So I wonder if that will ever come or at least be mentioned or this maybe he's really wants vengeance or revenge against those guys or what happened to him.
That'd be an
I don't know. I'm just speculating.
that'd be an
Yeah.
awesome way. I mean, because like in the expanded universe and the stories, after he got out of the Sarlacc pit, he met up with Solo somewhere and they made their peace. Now, I
Okay.
doubt we'll see that in this show at
Right.
in any before, but it'd be great to have some kind of mention of Skywalker, Solo, and even Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So, but
It will
yeah,
be.
but hopefully
It
this is
will
more
be.
than this will be more than one season. I mean, I haven't heard if this was going to be a continuous thing. I don't know. Have you
We don't
heard
know.
if
We don't know.
yeah.
I don't. I have not. But I would imagine it's going to be. We'll get another season. It'll probably be a hit. You know. Yeah, that's my. I'm speculating again, throwing it out, but I think so. I think, but now Kenobi is a different story.
Mm,
But we'll see.
mm.
Yeah. So
I can't wait for that one. Jesus.
yeah, man. Well, awesome, dude. Well, we've got a lot of great stuff. Obviously, Hawkeye will be coming out in a few weeks. Also, what like 2 weeks after the Eternals.
Right.
That show starts, and then that leads us right into Spider-Man, and then we've got Morbius, and a few months later we've got Batman. I mean, dude, between Marvel and DC pumping out these comic book movies, we're gonna be in heaven here.
So much coming out,
So,
man. Man, we're gonna
yeah,
be
dude.
talking forever.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I love it. I love it, man. I enjoy these talks, my friend. It's been a fantastic time as always. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it. As always, please comment, let us know your thoughts. We are more than happy to handle and tackle any topic you'd
Oh
like
yeah.
us to.
Yep.
Yep. Hit the subscribe button. And guys, we will talk to you soon. LT, my friend, pleasure as always.
Lee, I appreciate it, man. We'll see you next week.
Later, guys.
Bye.